David Shuster is live at the D.C. Federal Courthouse with more on today's events. David, exciting times in Washington.
Yeah, Chris, absolutely. I mean, it was such a fascinating process that began today. And even on this, the very first day of jury selection, the contours and the strategy in this case became quite clear. Scooter Libby's attorneys were going to be making the argument that Scooter Libby's memory was faulty, that when he testified under oath that he learned about the identity of a CIA operative from reporters, that this was a mistake, but that it was an innocent mistake. So in their questioning of the prospective jurors today, they asked repeatedly about memory and about whether these prospective jurors believe that you can make mistakes with your memory. The prosecutors, their main argument, of course, is going to be that Scooter Libby deliberately lied to the FBI and to the grand jury in order to thwart the investigation into the CIA leak. The way it worked this morning is that the judge, Judge Reggie Walton, he brought 100 members of this jury pool into his courtroom and gave them all a questionnaire and took them through the questionnaire. Questions like, what do they know about this case? Do they have any strong feelings about the Bush administration that would prevent them from judging this case fairly? What are their questions? What are their concerns about the war? Would that prevent them from judging this case fairly? And then, one by one, the judge started bringing them in individually to the witness stand and following up with some of the questions. So far, they've managed to get through 9 prospective jurors. 3 of them were excused for cause, meaning that they said they could not judge the case fairly for one reason or the other. But the 6 that remain, that make it to the second round, they will now be part of this pool that the judge hopes to expand to 36, so that by the end of the week, when the attorneys on both sides can strike some of the jurors, they will still be left with the 12 jurors and the 4 alternates. Among those who are still part of this second pool now includes a government lobbyist, a Federal Trade Commission lawyer, a former opera singer, and a woman who cleans apartments at the Watergate and said the only person she really knows about in this case is Condoleezza Rice, who apparently lives in the building. Interestingly enough, Chris, the defense tried to strike this apartment cleaner from the jury pool because she had said that she thinks that President Bush is harsh and that I think he should bring the troops home from Iraq. But the judge then followed up with this prospective juror, and the juror said, look, I can put aside my feelings about the war in order to judge this case fairly. And the judge said, okay, you've met the threshold. We're going to keep you for now. Chris?
Thank you very much, David Schuster. You can read all